So why is this kind of place good for a first date as opposed to somewhere really formal?
First of all, because it's very close to where I work, so it's very comfortable logistically speaking.
I thought you were going to say, oh, because it's very close to where I live.
also.
Hey, Wagner.
Sara, how are you doing?
This is an adorable little place. Belle Amie, what does that mean?
Well, Belle Amie is a character from a book, actually. French book. Don't ask me who the author is because I forget, but it's definitely a French book.
All right,
it's a
this
decent
is so
coffee.
cute. Wow, this is so warm and cozy.
Good croissants too.
So this is where you take girls on a first date?
No, they have great, sweets, French sweets. And
68街和 Madison 大街，所有人来到曼哈顿这个特别可爱的小区，以后就来这里约会和喝咖啡喽。So what's good here?
What's good? I usually have Earl Grey tea. But you're probably more creative than me, so.
No, you know what? I'm gonna have exactly the same thing.
Right?
So how many girls have you brought here on a first date?
Good question.
But you can't say in case your girlfriend's watching?
Correct. Confidential.
This area of Manhattan is just so romantic.
Romantic, always clean.
Yeah, it's clean. It's organized. Why did you choose for your shop to be around here?
I think to be fair, for my shop, doing what we do, antique and vintage jewelry, is probably pretty much the only place you could be. Madison Avenue. Yes, it's the kind of crowd, more sophisticated, older crowd. It's what we need for our business. Thank you very much.
It is very sophisticated. We always ask because in first dates across different cultures, should the guy pay?
Of course, I think so.
Very chivalrous of you. Because in some cultures, people go AA, like the Dutch. They go Dutch.
Yeah. Dutch means they split.
They split. Well, in China they call it AA.
Why like Dutch? Because the Dutch are stingy, or what? Dutchmen are stingy?
I guess they're so about equality. I've never dated a Dutch man, so I wouldn't know. But in China, like men always pay.
Yes.
I've known in Latin America, in I guess in Italy.
Europe most of the time.
In Europe most of the time.
Also, I'm quite more used to the Asian girls. Asian meaning, especially Russian and East European.
Oh, you date a lot of Asian girls?
Asian meaning mostly Russian. Also a couple of them.
So you like Russian girls?
I do. And it's just customary there, that the man takes care of the women or of the expenses.
But what is it in the States? What is it in the US?
In the States, I feel there's no rule. I feel, but obviously there are some women that they prefer sharing. Yeah. In order to,
The women prefer to share.
Well, prefer. Here it's all about emancipation, and they wouldn't say they expect, but they're happy to share. Yeah, they're happy to share.
Okay, what's our next stop? Our next tour?
Let's go to the flower store. Called Plaza Flowers. I'm gonna open the door for you.
Plaza Flowers.
Yeah. So this is actually the flower shop of the Upper East Side. It's called Plaza Flowers. It's like the most exclusive, I would say also the most expensive flower shop in the area.
You get the go flowers, you're serious and steady. What's next?
Had a tea. What's next? I would say it's time to get engaged.
I like the sound of that.
Right. So I'll show you a good store. I'm not biased, obviously.
Let's go. What kind of diamond?
What kind of diamond? The bigger the better, obviously. 3 to 5 carats minimum.
3到5卡拉，至少3到5卡拉。果然张雨绮说的是对的，至少于就比3卡拉更小的其实就是碎片。Ooh, this is your surname on it.
This is my story. It's
Eleuteri.
It's where you could get your engagement ring, obviously. And it doesn't have to be a diamond, by the way. As I said,
it could be a precious stone.
It could be a precious stone, yeah.
那我们进去一起逛逛订婚戒指吧。Take me inside. Well, I'm here because a lot of, I think, struggles that girls go with is that they find it tough to communicate with their boyfriends for how to get the ring that they want. And so many of my girlfriends end up getting an engagement ring and they're unhappy with it. And they tell me, oh, you know, he doesn't know me at all. How could he choose this color? Oh, this is the wrong cut. I wanted oval and he gave me princess. What is the right way to communicate with our boyfriends on the right ring to get us?
First of all, it might be easier to have, some people have the women choose, you know, and then the boyfriend pays. Pays or goes and pick, I mean, or at least she filters the decision, right? Mainly there are the four C's in diamonds. Clarity, color, and cut. And
then what about the way you communicate with your boyfriend? I mean, you must have seen so many couples here where the girl's trying to choose and, you know, there's all these dynamics going on. Right. What are the dynamics you see most and how is it important to communicate?
Honestly, I see, well, obviously the girl decides, and as I said, most of the time I've had people where girls come and choose, or at least choose 2 or 3 options, and the guy comes and chooses between the finalists.
Oh, really? So the girl maybe tells the guy, I want to choose.
Yes.
And he says, okay, no problem.
Right.
And then she
maybe gives the budget.
Okay, so he gives the budget.
Right.
预算最重要. Okay, the budget always the most important.
Right.
What is a low, mid, high budget?
Low, mid, high budget. Low could be somewhere below 15,000.
Below 15,000, 15000美元以下算低，买得起吗？
And high, anything above that, it doesn't. You know, there's no limit to richness of people, right?
What are their feelings when they're trying to buy a ring for their girlfriend? What is a guy's feeling? Does he go, you know, start doing a huge amount of research? Is he worried?
They do research. They go online. They see there's, you know, the so-called Rappaport to value diamonds. It's an index, actually.
So what are some of the rings that we can try on here?
For example, there's this one is a diamond ring, but also, you know, the mounting is not so classic. It's an antique piece. It's around 2 carats, the diamonds.
And this is high. I mean, you could like hit someone with this. 如果想保护自己，可以用这个来打架. And this is how much?
This one is 15.
15,000. What are some of your most expensive pieces?
This one here, for example, is...
How many carats is this?
5 carats. And it's also so-called Type 2A diamonds, which is a particular diamond in terms of the chemical composition. It's rarer than a usual diamond.
So 5卡拉，然后特别2A 的颜色比较少见. So how much is this?
180, this one.
18万美元，哇，超过就130多万，18万美元，130多万人民币，买得起吗？我买不起。And then what is the difference between this engagement ring and wedding ring? Because in China, you know, I mean, in the West, there's both. In China, this is still a new concept.
Well, I think the engagement ring, it's actually something that it's a new concept, as we said, probably invented by the Beers. You know, it's a concept of the 20th century. Before, engagement didn't really exist in terms of the engagement ring didn't exist. It would be maybe a dote. How would you say it in English? It would be let's say aristocratic families in Europe. I donate to your family this castle in exchange for my son marrying your daughter, right? It wouldn't have to be a ring. So I associate the power of the engagement ring today in the modern world with the power of marketing, actually. Starting with the Beers and then leading the way to all the other brands that sell and jewelers that sell engagement rings. The wedding ring, it's something, you know, usually that has to do with loyalty, religion, marriage itself, right? So it's 2 separate things. One is more of a materialistic, marketing born phenomenon, and the other one is a traditional.
What about wedding rings? Yes. Some men don't like to wear wedding rings.
Yes, that's true.
Why?
Good question.
Would you wear a wedding ring?
I would wear it all the time.
Oh, okay, great. But then what is going through a man's head when he doesn't want to wear a wedding ring?
Maybe the midlife crisis of wanting to feel young, you know, and wanting at least to be appreciate it in some sort, flirt a little bit, you know, with no, you know, second bad intentions, or it's just, it could be a matter of comfort, a matter of look. I've never worn rings in my life, actually, so I said I would wear it, but I don't know, I've never felt it, to be honest.
So it wouldn't be because he wants to appear single?
It could be, obviously, but it doesn't necessarily have to be that.
What tips do you have for girls who want to persuade their men to buy them the jewelry that they want?
Just being very devoted, caring, and sweet girls.
In general?
In general, yeah, in life, yes.
所以甜蜜的女生才最会得到另一半的宠爱。Who are the celebs who've worn your jewelry?
Who have worn our jewelry, Katy Perry, but we lent her a beautiful Bulgari Stars and Stripes necklace, actually, for the Democratic National Convention when Hillary Clinton was running for president.
The DNC.
Didn't bring her luck, yeah.
How much was that piece?
That piece, it's not even for sale. It's like a museum piece. We wouldn't sell that piece.
And who were some other celebs?
Some other celebs, Rihanna.
Rihanna!
Pieces a couple of times.
也是他们的客户。
She likes big rings, big earrings.
She likes the bling.
Honestly, to be frank, we're not big celebrity loaners or suck-upper. We don't suck up that much. We prefer our real clients and our real friends. You know, people who actually are interested in buying jewelry, people who value jewelry rather than, you know, lending pieces around for little reason or return. To be very
So I have a friend. He married this girl. Bought a I think it was like a 3-carat something diamond ring. She then went to she went around, asked a few jewelers what they thought the price would be.
Right.
She said, you know, she found out how much she paid for it. She told them. I think, you know, jewelers always will tell them, oh, you overpaid.
Yeah, it's always like that.
Right, in the industry, because oh yeah, if you bought from us, okay, you overpaid, right? And then she went to humpback down that jeweler and asked for, like, you know, cash in between.
So like a difference.
A difference.
For herself or for her husband?
For herself.
For herself.
Her husband didn't even know. And I mean, you know, it's a small world, right? So obviously this got back around and we were all just shocked, but we also can't tell our friend because he's married to her now.
They would come here or this in Italy. They would ask us, can you do me a favor, Wagner or Carlo, that's my father's name. Could you put this bracelet inside one of your boxes and wrap it up so that they pretend it's a gift from Eleuteri, right? But what happens, the problem is sometimes these gifts don't go, it's for just the girlfriend of the moment, right? Their girlfriend, their fling for the summer to impress them with a little gift. Then these girls, often it's young girls, you know, in the fashion world, they come back with the case, it says Eleuteri, and they say, would you mind buying it back or exchanging it for something else? Can I have a return? And we have to tell them, listen, we can't.
And then
we don't know what to say, because on one side you don't want to buy back something, it's not yours, and you know, most of the time it's not even your quality, right? But on the other hand, if you told them this is not ours, the man loses credit in her face. So you need to be, you know, no, we don't do returns, we don't do, you know, you need to figure it out somehow, colloquially. Being a jeweler, you almost need to be a lawyer. You know, you kind of there's a so-called professional silence. You know, sometimes if you have a client and he buys jewelry, you don't really question who the jewelry is for, first of all, or if the wife comes back a few weeks later, you know, it's always customary to teach your employees, if you're a jeweler, not to ask the wife, oh, so did you enjoy that present that surprise that you're
why?
Because unless he says this is for my wife, you should mind your own business.
Because it could be for his other wife?
Let's say it was for his other wife or for his daughter. You know, let's not be let's not have malice. Let's say it was for his daughter. He didn't want the wife to know about it, right? Because, you know, he's spoiling his daughter. Or maybe it's a stepdaughter, who knows? Or the mother is not the mother, she's a stepmother. So
you're very naive.
Or I'm very protective of men, exactly.
All right, we got the ring, married, secured that, popped out the kids. What's next?
Well, I would say sending them to the most exclusive school in the area, which is actually this school here. This building hosts a preschool called the Episcopal Preschool.
But I didn't even see a sign.
I didn't even know until someone told me. But yes, exactly. It's all meant to be private. Like
曼哈顿其中一个最高端、最神秘的幼儿园的托班 ，How much is this?
around 20,000 a year, I think.
2万多美元一年，
Or donation based. That's
或
fine.
者就是筹款。So whose kids go here?
I would always see De Niro coming to have lunch.
What you mean, Robert De Niro?
Robert De Niro, yeah, Robert De Niro.
Robert De Niro 大演员的孩子以前也在这里上学。
Because he would come have lunch in that restaurant over there, and then pick up his kids here.
所以现在我们知道纽约曼哈顿 Madison Avenue 的名人的生活了，从约会到送花，到去买戒指，到生了孩子之后，你要做什么东西让你的孩子上到最顶级的托班幼儿园 ？All right, let's get warm.
I agree.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll be posting a new video each week with tips and tricks that I think will help all of us lead a better life.